Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel and to another plan with me. I am planning the week of the 8th of July using this Plannerface kit with Darcy artwork. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can get a discount by using Tilly to save 10%. With it I am using a foil bundle, I believe from Caress Press in Lavender Hollow, and also underlays from my shop, which are in, I've got royal blue solids and bright pink checkerboard flowers. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that's essentially what I was using. I've got a couple of day extenders this week, so I think this kit's called like Let's Skate or similar. I can't actually remember exactly what it's called, but yeah, it's something along those lines. But yeah, it's a super cute little kit, and again, absolutely love the foil pairing for this. Again, because I'm using blue and pink, the underlays on camera look really purple, but actually in person, it's very definitely blue and pink. It's just that camera difference, do you know what I mean? There were two double boxes in this kit, so I did one on Monday and Tuesday and one on Saturday and Sunday, so they're like bookmarking the week. Used one of the toolboxes in the sidebars because I had the toolboxes for this, and that's kind of it for what I used, I think. So let's have a little chat through the books I read this week. So the first one was The 24-Hour Cafe by Libby Page. I gave this 2 stars, but apparently 2.5 according to my planner. So this is about Hannah and Mona, who work at a 24-hour cafe. They're best friends and housemates. They've both been working there while they audition for other jobs. Essentially, the book takes you through 24 hours in the cafe where they both work a 12-hour shift and see how things can change in just one day. So this is sort of a slice of life. There is some flashbacks, flash forwards, and lots of different points of view throughout the book. I listened to it on audiobook. I actually really loved the character side stories, and that's kind of why I enjoyed this book, and it even got 2/2.5 stars depending where you look, because I love those little slice of life fly on the wall story. But Mona and Hannah was not a fan of either of them. Like, essentially they were having some friendship problems. It boiled down to poor communication, which is like the worst trope in romance books, and in a book about friendship, like, it's even worse in my opinion. And there wasn't really any growth for either of them, but I suppose people also don't change very much in 24 hours, so if there had been a lot of growth, it would have been like, I think this would have been heavily improved if their points of view had been intertwined rather than following through chronologically, because you got all of Hannah's point of view and then all of Mona's, and it was just a bit like one-sided. Like, both halves were very one-sided, and I get that it might have been more confusing for the reader jumping from like 1 AM to 1 PM, but also it would have made the first half of Hannah's point of view drag a lot less. I think the idea of this book was to talk about friendship and kindness and how important it is, but it kind of just missed the mark for me. But I mean, I listened to it, I finished it, what more is there to really say? The next book I have in my sidebar is Northern Lights. I've talked about this many a time on this channel. This is the first of the 3 His Dark Materials trilogy, and I absolutely love this trilogy. It is one of my favourite things, and it's something that I chronically re-listen to for just comfort, and also I listen to it when I'm falling asleep at the moment. I used to listen to Harry Potter a lot when I was falling asleep, but at the moment it is His Dark Materials. So they crop up in my sidebar. It's a really excellent series, really recommend it if you haven't read it. It's technically middle grade, but like, I actually think it's more adult appropriate, and like, a lot of the themes are quite adult, so yeah, I think you can enjoy it whatever age you are. And then the third book I read was Happy Place, and I read a physical copy of this book, actually I think it was digital, but anyway, was it, or was it physical? Anyway, it's irrelevant. Harriet and Wyn broke up 6 months ago. But their friends don't know. When their annual reunion with their friends comes around and Wyn surprises Harriet by turning up, they have to put on an act so as not to ruin the holiday for their friends. Because it's their last summer before the cabin they've stayed in for years is sold. Will they manage to fool their friends, all everything fall apart. I loved this. It got 5 stars. Like, that is a big deal. Like, this was everything to me. I got from this what I think loads of people got from People That We Meet on Vacation. And spoiler alert, I actually reread People We Meet on Vacation because I discovered that actually probably I was in a bit of a reading funk when I read it, because I rated it much higher the second time I read it. Anyway, I loved Harriet and Wynne from the start, and I couldn't understand how their relationship had fallen apart, because they quite clearly both adored each other, both in the past and in the current. And I really enjoyed the dual timeline between now, them falling in love, and the current summer. I related a lot to Harriet's struggles. She's a doctor, and working as a doctor is not what it's sold as to anybody. And Harriet really struggles with that. It's not what she expected at all. I do wish the ending with her career had been different, because I'm not sure. I don't know, but maybe that's my own hang-ups about it. Wynne's story also hit pretty hard. My husband's a man with far less confidence than he should have, so I related to that as well. There is much more than just a relationship through this whole book. It's not just a relationship. The core of this book is actually friendship and different types of love, and it was everything. I really, really loved this book. So yeah, highly recommend. If you like Emily Henry, this is probably my favourite. And also, if you just like romances, it's a good one as well. So, on to this week. Let's just get straight into it. I'm putting the boxes down now, but I'll get into things. So the cats had their annual checkup and injections this morning, on the Monday morning, so I took them for their vet's appointment. Then I was doing some designing of stickers for the week. Did a bike ride, because I was, trying to do workouts in July. So yeah, I did a workout this day, which I was going for bike rides. Then I was working on laundry through most of the day, so yeah, I just generally marked that in once. I had my CBT session, and after that I was really, really struggling. I was really in my feels and just blah. So I did some reading. I've just put book binge, so I'm not quite sure what I was reading. I was trying to use up my book binge stickers, I think. Then me and my husband played some It Takes Two. I was just trying to do things that would cheer me up. Did a bit of colouring, because I was trying to, do things that cheer me up. I just said those exact words, because I was really struggling. I just wanted to do things that made me feel 1% better. So basically those self-care-y, tasky bits. And then we were watching some Once Upon a Time. Who is surprised? Not me. Moving on to Tuesday, I work on Tuesday, but I was really in my feelings this day. Honestly, this was not a good mental health week at all. It was actually horrendous. There's either in my feelings or some other sadness pretty much every day, so that's going to be fun. I was playing lots of the Office Cat game. I was kind of addicted to, obsessed with at this point. So yeah, they just released I kind of completed the game up to now. Also, Kiara is featuring heavily in this, and she is also sitting next to me while I record this voiceover. Aren't you, baby girl? Yeah. So yeah, I was playing lots of my Office Cat game. I've nearly already finished the expansion, but there's more coming. But yeah, it's just when. Did some more reading. Me and my husband decided to make some mug cakes, which was delicious. Watched some Once Upon a Time, and as I've said, I was really struggling this day, so I was in my feelings some more. On to Wednesday, I decided to take some time for myself and had some recharging rest time. Then I was reading some of Happy Place, which I loved, so yeah, was really happy with that. But my mood was still crap, so I was again playing a lot of my Office Cat game, because it was a good game for not thinking, but also it didn't take any concentration. Or it is a good game for that. Then I had a phone call with my care co, because she was quite worried about me, because I wasn't doing great. So that happened. Then I was a bit upset this day because quite a lot of people weren't coming to our party, or had said no to our party, which I felt really disappointed about the people who had said no. I'm sure they all had valid reasons. It was just a bit oh, Then I went for a walk to get my steps in, watched some Once Upon a Time. Then I was on a Larkin webinar, which was the camp we went to in August, the guide camp we went to in August. So we had a webinar for that. So was just telling us a bit more about the camp and stuff. So that was quite useful actually. So I went to that. And while I was doing that, I was doing some planning in my memory planner. And then me and Soch had some awkwardness with an rejection. He didn't mean it like that. It was a big situation for no real reason. And it was just, this rough week was really rough. And I'm not going to go too much into it because it is like personal about our, lives. Our sex lives is basically what I mean. But yeah, what happened was quite hurtful, but it was not intended in that way. Let's just leave it as that. On to the Thursday, I was at work again. I had my weekly-ish catch-up with my line manager / friend at this point. I'd bought her a bag in the States, so I gave her it this day, and she nearly cried. I really threw her. She really didn't know what to say or do, which was lovely. Then I read some of Happy Place. We had some adult time, but I still was feeling very rejected for one reason or another. He wasn't rejecting me. I don't want to make Soch sound bad. It was just the mental space I was in. I felt rejected even though I wasn't being, and I just felt absolutely broken. So that was fun. And then we had a guide camp meeting, which was with the parents about guide camp Larkin. So I kind of had to sit on that, trying not to cry, and it was rough. It was not a great day. It really, to be honest, it was a really fucking terrible day, but it is what it is. I got through it. In retrospect, it's fine. It was just, not a good one. Moving on to the Friday, I'd say things look up, but they kind of don't. But they kind of do as well. I don't know. Anyway, so the 12th was a work day, so again, I was at work. As I've said, I was really struggling at the moment, so I was marking that I was in my feelings again. When I came home, me and Soch had some cuddles because I was going out without him for the evening, and so we just wanted to spend some time together and have some cuddles, and especially with how the last couple of days have gone, we just wanted to be together and just have that time cuddling. So then I went off to the division meal. So the division is like a girl guiding section, like an area of the country. So girl guiding is split into regions, counties, divisions, districts, units. So yeah, it's a bigger area of guiding things. Anyway, we had a meal with the leaders in the area, and I sat next to a woman similar-ish age to me, and we talked quite a lot about crafting and about books, which was nice. It was nice to chat to her about things. And then I came home and read some more of Happy Place, and I believe I finished it on this day because the next day I have You and Me on Vacation marked, so I clearly started that the next day. On to Saturday. Saturday, again, I needed to start the day with some rest. So I think I had a bit of a lie-in, so I've put in time to recharge first thing in the morning and a pillow. And then I had a bit of a lazy morning. After that, I thought I should get myself a bit more together because I was quite behind on lots of things. So I've just put in get my shit together because that just feels really accurate for what I was doing. The problem is, I get so tired at the moment from work, and when I'm in my feelings, I don't really do anything. So it's just, by the weekend, I'm like, oh, I need to sort everything out in my life. So there's always half a day of that. Or on weeks like the week I'm currently living, I sleep for one day. Then me and my husband decided to go shopping, and I believe we went to the designer outlet. But I don't know why I believe that, but I feel like we did. So I haven't put in designer outlet, but I've put shopping, and I've used a person rather than a grocery bag, so it's probably proper shopping. So I think it was the designer outlet, which is the MacArthur Glen designer outlet in York. Then I did some reading of You and Me in Vacation. That is another Emily Henry book, and I will talk about it a bit more next week, but as I've already kind of alluded to it in this voiceover, I didn't really enjoy it the first time and really loved it this time. So yeah. Then we had some adult time that there was no sadness about, which was good. And then we watched some Once Upon a Time, which, yeah, I love Once Upon a Time. It's such a good, like, feel-good show for me. I just really enjoy it. Then on to this Sunday, again, my mood was crap, so I've marked in first that I was really struggling, and a pillow. I think I stayed in bed for absolutely ages this day. I just did not want to get out of bed. So Soj came into bed and gave me lots and lots of cuddles to try and make me feel a little bit better. Kind of worked, kind of didn't, because I then did some reading, but I actually managed to get out and go for a bike ride, which when you're struggling is a huge deal. So yeah, that's that. Then after that, I did a walk, both as a cool down, but also to try and get my steps in. I do try and get my steps in every day, no matter whether it's a work day or not. I don't do it every day, but I'm trying to do it as much as possible. Came home and we had some more adult time, which again I think helped my mood a little bit, so that was good. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm cutting something. Oh, I'm cutting a Once Upon a Time sticker to fit better in a little thing, because they don't fit great in a little thing, those scripts. Anyhow, then I was prepping the murder mystery for guides. So we did a murder mystery, and like, so we had like real evidence. I know that sounds ridiculous, but like we had things like a hair sample and a fingerprint that they had to recover, as well as like the storyline. So it was like a mixture of science and non-science murder mystery, and I like wrote the script / story / both, and like worked out all the experiments and stuff. So yeah, I was working on that because it wasn't the next week, I believe. And then we watched some Once Upon a Time, and that is kind of it for the week. And look at that, look what good timing I've done. I'm just putting the last sticker down, and then I will show off the whole spread. I think it's absolutely stunning. I think the pink and the blue go really well with the lavender hollow and everything, and yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with it. I am going to show off my leftovers. As always with Plannerface kits, there is a reasonable amount left, but not tons. That's kind of it. Comment, like down below, all that kind of jazz. Let me know what you think of this spread, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!